Hello and namaste. I hope all of you are doing absolutely safe during this pandemic and not venturing out of your house at all. Today, I'm going to talk to you about communication. My name is Pritha Dubey, and I am the creator and the success coach of Success Vitamin. Many of you probably know me already, and to a few, I could be a very new face. Something we have to keep in mind when we are talking about communication is that we cannot not communicate. I repeat, we cannot not communicate. What it means basically is that just by keeping quiet, if we are assuming that we are not communicating, then it is not right. In order to not communicate with someone, one needs to switch off the light and make the room pitch dark so that no one can see us. I will not get into the basics of communications because you all know that already. At the same time, just a little bit of a recap. There are three types of communication. You have the verbal communication, that is the words we speak or the sentences that we formulate in order to present our ideas. We have the vocal communication, which is basically the tone in which we are talking and expressing our emotions. And then we have the visual communication, which is the dress that we are wearing, our facial expressions, our hand gestures, the body language. All these three things together make up for the entire message that we intend to communicate. So, when we are working as a trainer, let us first understand what is the primary objective of a trainer. Now, as a trainer, our job is not just to get some PPTs from somewhere, put them all up together, and then just pass that PPT by probably either verbally reading the PPT or just explaining the content of the PPT and then send it across to the audience. No, that is not our job. As trainers, it is very important for all of us to remember that there are many people sitting across us in the classroom or otherwise who are looking up to us. Why? Because according to them, as trainers, we are the leaders who are going to show them a direction, show them a path, and solve their problems. The reason they are all in the training room is to sharpen their axe. They already know their task, they know their job, they know what has to be done. But during the job, while they are performing it, they are getting stuck or they are facing some or the other challenge or obstacles. And the reason they are in this classroom with you is because they believe very strongly that you, the trainer, the leader, would help them know the tools, the methods, or the ways to solve those problems. So, something therefore we need to remember is that since they are not looking at us just translating what is written in the PPT, but actually helping them contextualize what is written in the content. What is the meaning of contextualization? So, for example, in one of the concepts, you are teaching them 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Now, that is something you told them. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It is written, it's a concept of addition. The concept of addition says if you have 2 and you add 2, you get 4. How is that particular concept of addition going to help the learners in their field? That when you are able to link it, it is called contextualization. So therefore, our jobs as trainers is not only to present the concepts to the audience, to the participants, but also to contextualize that content as per their field, as per their roles, as per their goals. And that is when all these participants will not only learn the concepts very well, but also go back and apply it and show the results to the organization. And that is when you, as a trainer leader, will shine. So for us, therefore, communication is very, very critical and vital, both for our own survival as a trainer and also to ensure that our participants are able to grow and succeed. So let me tell you therefore that when we are communicating or when we are training, why it is important for us to be very, very conscious about how we are communicating. First step, the way we have dressed up. It's a communication. If we do not pay focus or if we are not conscious about the way we have dressed up, the participants may presume that you are not very serious about coming to this class and teaching them. And it will give them a very casual environment and it will develop a very casual attitude in the participants. And that is the reason why whenever you are stepping into a classroom or even online that you are doing probably right now, be very mindful about the way you have dressed up. Second aspect is the entire body language, the way we are talking, how we are standing, whether we are communicating with everyone or we have just picked and chosen 1 or 2 people in the audience who are talking to us, who are acknowledging whatever we are saying. So the entire aspect will help us if we are focusing on everyone, and if our body language is very, very energetic and enthusiastic, it will help everyone be engaged with us, like us, respect us, and accept everything that we are telling them. And the third aspect is the words that we speak and how we are speaking it. Now, first we have to keep in mind that all of the participants who are sitting in our class, they are all adults, not kids. So any kind of words that we use that may humiliate them, insult them, make them feel ashamed among others, we should try and avoid those kind of words. As much as possible, the more we are very conversational in our communication, the more engaged the participants would feel with us. Also, we need to be very mindful about our tone. Why should we be mindful about our tone? Because it is, we may frame the sentences very positively, but if we don't say it very positively, if the way we are saying, the tone is rude or aggressive or authoritative or commanding, we may just alienate the participants, we may just push them away from us, and they may block their mind and stop listening to whatever we are trying to tell them. So therefore, the importance of communication, each one of us have to understand. Now, how do we know that whether we are communicating it correctly or we are not communicating it correctly. In order to ensure that we communicate properly comes the importance of rehearsals. Before getting into any training, we always say every superlative trainers rehearses, every presenter rehearses, every public speaking person rehearses. Rehearsals are very, very, very important. Never ever give them, never ever ignore them. So as much as possible rehearse. You will understand that how many times are you fumbling, where all you are getting stiff, you're not moving your hand, maybe you are standing like this and talking, or during conversation maybe you are moving a lot. Keep a camera. As many times you are moving out of the camera's focal length, you will know that okay, I need to stop myself from moving out so much. Probably my movement is too much. And also during the class, observe the participants, their body language, their responses. Everything will tell you whether you're communicating right or you're communicating wrong. Understand, basis your communication. These guys will grasp the concepts and then go back and apply and bring results for the organization. And that is how you as a trainer add value to the organization. You are not out on the field. You are not selling on their behalf. You are not dealing with the customers on their behalf. But what you are doing is teaching them the methods, the steps, the techniques, the tools that they can use to solve their problems or do their job properly. And that is the reason everything that they are going to learn depends on how well you have been able to communicate it to them. Now, communication is very vast, so I'm not getting into all aspects of communication. But all you have to remember is, for trainers, communication is our strongest and the biggest tool. Master it. Thank you and stay safe.